And we're live. Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. That is my call sign, VA3IMW. My name is Mac, Mike Alpha Charlie, and I'm situated here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, on the West Mountain. And we're monitoring the VE3ZOE repeater for the upcoming net, the Lake Ontario Radio Club net that starts at 7 p.m. Our host tonight, I believe, is going to be VE3IUK. That's Bill from Dundas, and it's 7 o'clock now. Let's see if he's ready to pick it up.
Good evening, all amateurs. This is Victor Echo 3, India Uniform Kilowatt Bill, and I'm located in Dundas, Ontario. And I'm your host this evening for the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. This set meets 5 times weekly, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Thursdays at 7 p.m. on sometimes frequency of 446.125. Thanks to Mac, VE3IMW, for hosting this on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe and like. And checking in mobile stations to the priority. And with that, we'll stand by for any time-sensitive priority or quick ones in traffic. Come now. Okay, nothing heard, so we'll stand by for anyone who would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Come now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
In there, recognizing Mac, VA3IMW, and Chuck, VA3CJZ. And I see also that we have some activity on YouTube. We have Solar Newbies checked in, and Max checked in, and also Drone Wayne has checked in. So with that, let's say hello to Mac and see what he's up to. Good evening, Mac. How are you doing?
Not doing too bad, Bill. And when you keyed up just the last time, there was somebody doubling with you. Perhaps we can grab them as a check-in, add them to the list.
Yeah, okay. That was another station in there. Go ahead.
Yep, NFG, add me to the queue.
Okay, you are in the queue. Stand by, Steve. Back to you, Mac.
All right. So waving a hand to Wayne, VA3NFB, FMB, sorry. And Al, as usual, checked in on YouTube already, but I'm sure we'll hear from him shortly. Anyways, not a bad day overall, I guess. When you compare it to yesterday, I guess it pretty much sucks. What did we have yesterday? 24 degrees, a beautiful warm day, had the windows open. Today, the furnace is back on and kind of chilly, damp, and miserable. But looking at the weather map, I would say that we skirted most of the weather. So the rain and dismal conditions that we got down here, it was much worse to the north of us. So I trust everybody is safe and sound. I did hear a lot of sirens this afternoon. Not sure what that was all entailing, but it sounded like fire and EMTs headed westward, but haven't heard anything on the news about that yet. Anyways, I'm still enthralled with the goings on with our friends making their way towards the moon. Just taking a drive through inner space, doing a loop around the moon and coming back home. So sounds like they're having fun up there and testing out some equipment that is going to serve us well in the future when we start to populate the moon. Imagine that. You'll always have a supply of cream cheese for your bagels. Just go outside and scoop it off the ground. Anyways, being tomorrow is going to be the first Sunday of April. Yes, that's right. We will be doing the sideband nets on 70 centimeters and 2 meters starting at 8 o'clock. So we'll start on 446.125 and then go down to 146.400. Once we've had some comparative signals, then we'll send everybody on their way in order to get back to the normal work week. Thanks for doing this one, Bill. I'll turn it back to you before I time something out.
Yeah, Roger to that. I've also been following the goings on. I overheard something about they lost a computer up there due to radiation, so I'm not sure. So I'm going to have to follow up on that one. I see also Chuck has checked in on the YouTube stream. So, Mac, why don't you give a plug for our upcoming event in 2 weeks before we move down the list?
All right, QSL. April 18th is the date. The park is Fallon's Conservation Area. Start time to be on the air 11 a.m. And still looking for some input on everybody's expectations about how to celebrate our get-together, whether we want to have snacks and food items to partake of after we finish our RF activities. So still looking for some feedback on that. So I'm sure we have a number of members that have various gear that we would be able to deploy in order to boil water, barbecue, different types of protein, and what have you. But I think rather than seeking out a coffee shop or something along the way, because people are going to be dispersing in different directions, perhaps it's just as well that we take advantage of being in a park that has facilities to enjoy in the great outdoors. Hoping for good weather as well. I think that's it for now, Bill. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger, and I think if everybody is up for that idea, we'll have to coordinate who brings what, but we can talk about that. Very good, Mac. Looking forward to it. Long-range forecast right now for that Saturday is 12 degrees and sunny. Obviously, a lot of things can change in the future, but that's what we have right now.
12 degrees and sunny. Could be 3 degrees and snow flurries, or it could be 28 degrees and make sure you bring your sunscreen. Stay tuned. Just remember, the weatherman is paid to lie.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, weatherman and truth, you can't use that in the same sentence. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Mac. And with that, let's see how Chuck's day has been going. VA3CJZ, VE3IUK, good evening.
VA3CJZ, good evening, Bill, and all on net. Today, not much radio work, a lot of listening. I saw the band conditions still don't look very good. I've been home with the missus today. We were kind of busy getting everything ready for our Easter dinner that we had tonight, because she goes back to work tomorrow, and Monday. So we just finished our dinner, and man, am I full. We had steak and potatoes and broccoli and all kinds of stuff, salad. And gosh, there's no room for dessert. I have a piece of cheesecake with my name on it, which I will get to later. But I forgot to mention, Saturday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30, there's a 2-meter sideband net hosted by Rob, VE3 Golf November, and I checked in with him. And what he does is he gets one station to try and contact as many other stations that are in different areas. Toronto, I was making contact with, and Waterford, all kinds of areas. So that's on 144205 upper sideband 144205 every Saturday morning at 8:30. So just to give you guys a heads up, if you're looking for some radio work that early in the morning, drop in and say hi. Back to you there, Bill.
Oh, very good. Do we not have a list of nets posted somewhere? Maybe we should post that one there as well.
Yeah, could definitely update some of our postings. I know the AREG on Facebook does have a thing with the nets posted, so maybe I can adjust the new net in there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Poor Rob, he has a directional antenna, and his antenna was spinning around from north to south, east to west, and it was funny. Anyways, yeah, it was a good way to wake up with the first cup of coffee and see how the conditions are. They weren't the best today, but we'll get some ducting on a good day, and we'll be able to make some really nice contacts. Other than that, yeah, not much else planned. Like I said, I'm sitting down right now, and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, very good, Chuck. Just a couple of comments. When we used to get that full, I used to say, I'm sufficiently falsified. Try saying that fast 5 times. And I think in the olden days, if you had a full tummy, you would say, I'm replete. So just a bit of trivia there for you. And I just wonder, with his rotor, is it made by Armstrong? Haha. Anyway, Chuck, back to you for any comments before I move on.
Yeah, I knew a guy, actually, I should do that. I knew a guy who used a pipe wrench to turn his beam because he didn't have a rotor. My rotor actually died. It makes noise, but it won't spin, so yeah, I'll have to look for something to replace that, for the rotator, I should say. And, yeah, but... let's see now. Yeah, that's it for me, Bill. I'll let you carry on. Thanks for doing it.
Okay, Chuck, thanks so much for checking in. I see that Mark Mann, VE3IMW is also checked in. Maybe we'll get an audio check from him a little further on down the log, but right now, let's bring in Steve, VA3NFG, VE3IUK. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening, Bill, and to all on net here. Didn't do much today, not like yesterday, the beautiful weather we had. A little chilly today to do the outdoor sports. But we're doing the indoor sports today, so just been goofing around a little bit with FT8. I was able to gain 2 new grids or countries. Malawi I got, and I'm unsure of the other one. It's further down the list. I need to scroll. But anyway, we're up to 122 now. I don't know how many countries are there. Probably got about another 100 to go or so. But that's about it. No further traffic there, Bill. Everything good with you?
Yeah, everything's good with me. I got Chris coming over tomorrow. We'll have a look at this antenna, and I got to get the screen back in the second-story window. Could use a ladder, but Chris seems to think we can do it without from the inside, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, other than that, not too much, and congratulations on the 2 new countries.
Yeah, thanks there, Bill. It's not a voice contact, of course. It's a digital form, but according to QRZ, it counts. So we'll take it when we can get it.
Yep, good for you. Yeah, that's for sure. That's a bit of all right. So thanks for checking in. I guess you're on your way to the hospital later, are you?
No, I was there last night. Tomorrow I will be going. Being Easter Sunday, I'm sure it'll be busy there, I bet. But we'll go tomorrow and see Mom how she's doing.
Yeah, roger that. We'll give her our regards, and I'm glad that she is at least in a place where she's getting some good professional care. So anything else before we move on, Steve?
No, sir. That'll be all for now there, Bill. We'll let you carry on with it. Thanks for doing it. VE3IUK, VA3IMW.
Yeah, very good, Steve. And I see that Larry has also checked in on the YouTube feed, VE3LBI. So let's stand by and see if we have any more audio check-ins. This is VE3IUK Bill and Dundas, standing by.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor, VE3IUK. Good evening, Mark. How are you?
Good evening, Bill. I'm well, thank you, and I hope you are the same. Good evening, Bill, and everyone on net and everyone on YouTube. Just to check in, Bill. Not much going on here. Relaxing Saturday. I did a few errands. Took the dog for a little scoot today. We had to coat up, of course. And I did a little radio midday and tried it again in the late afternoon. A lot of noise, a little bit of QSO partying going on, as you well know. And I got 4 parks, and I was happy with that. So that's about all that's going on here, Bill. Just been enjoying my weekend. Wanted to give you a check-in, say thanks for doing it. Back to you, Bill. VA3IMW.
Yeah, very good, Mark. Yeah, good on the radio work, and yeah, just sort of a relaxing day. That's sort of what I had here. I haven't had the HF rig on all day. Maybe I turn on and see what 40 meters is doing after the net is over. But from what I had heard from, I forget who I was listening to earlier today, the repeater was saying the same thing about the bands being kind of noisy. So anyway, we'll check it out. Thanks a lot for checking in, Mark. Have a good evening, and I think that clears the list right now. So we'll stand by for anyone else who would like to check into Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now.
VE3LBI.
VE3LBI, VE3IUK. Good evening, Larry.
Good evening, Bill. Everybody on the net tonight and on YouTube. Not a bad day. Made quite a few contacts on 20 meters today. I had 14 contacts. Someone was Rich out there in the west or east coast. He was out there, got a new park actually from him. I was surprised, but not a bad day. A little noisy, but quite audible for the people that you could hear.
Yeah, very good. I think man conditions have improved slightly, so let's hope that stays that way for the foreseeable future, especially for the 18th.
I think we'll be all good by then, Bill. Everybody else will be hauling anyways, be able to hear a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, roger to that. Okay, anything else before I move on?
No, Bill, that's it. Thanks for doing it. VE3LBI.
Okay, take care, Larry. Thanks a lot for checking in. Standing by for further check-ins. Looks like it could be a short net tonight. I'll take one more standby. VE3IUK standing by for anyone who'd like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Come now.
VA3CJZ recheck.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
Okay, standby, Matt. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, Bill, thanks. I forgot to mention earlier, I was thinking about something that I thought was worth mentioning. The rocket that the people are heading to the moon in, multi-million-dollar rocket system, and they can't get their toilets to work. expensive aircraft carrier. I think it cost either $4 billion or $14 billion. They had to leave the Persian Gulf because their toilets broke. And they carry 4,500 sailors. So, yeah. You know, if you're going to spend all that money on high tech, you should make sure that the simple things are taken care of. Anyways, that's my comment, Bill. Back to you.
And that's the poop. Anyway, Chuck, yeah, it makes me, talking about the toilets not working, it makes me, causes me to think about what they had to go through on Apollo 8 when they had to go to the bathroom. It's amazing the things that will slow you down anyway, Chuck.
Oh, yeah. They had to go right in their suits. So, yeah. But I think now what they do is they're probably bagging their urine and other deposits that they make. I'm sure they always have a backup plan, and then they have a backup plan for the backup plan. But that still doesn't fix the issue. I mean, apparently, I heard almost as soon as they launched, they found out that it wasn't working on the fritz. And to be in the middle of a war and to have to pull back because your toilets don't work, yeah, somebody needs to go in the corner and think about what he did. Anyways, I'll let you pick up Matt and the rest there, Bill. I had to mention it.
Yeah, well, it's the little things like that you can overlook or not pay enough attention to. You know, you put in all kinds of systems, or redundant systems, and check the systems and check the redundant systems, the whole thing, like a toilet stop shop, pardon the pun. Anyway, thanks for that, Chuck. We better move on, and let's see what Matt has to say. VE3SMN, VE3IUK, good evening.
Thanks, Bill. Good evening, everyone on the net and on the stream. And I guess I do have heard about the inoperative toilets that I was watching trying to fix the computer issue or the screen or some kind of Bluetooth connection that wasn't working. That was kind of interesting. But I don't have too much to add tonight. Waiting for the rain to start. I'm just going to take it easy tonight.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that, Matt. Yeah, they've had a few technical glitches there. I know they had a problem with a computer. They think that might have been subject to some a radiation hit. But I'm sure that they, even in the computer, they have a lot of redundancy there. I know on the space station, they have, when you watch videos, you see Lenovo laptops everywhere. So there you go. Anyways, Matt, thanks much for that. And I see that Albert is checked in, but he says that it's just a YouTube check-in because he is making dinner. So enjoy that, Albert. And so let's stand by and see if we have any other check-ins for Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now.
Another recheck there, VA3IMW. Al's got a couple of questions as far as the Saturday 2-meter sideband net. Chuck, do you want to come back in and give him the frequencies and all the details?
Yeah, I already did that on the YouTube stream there, but I'll gladly do it again. Rob VE3 Golf November is hosting the Saturday morning net on 144.205 upper sideband at 8:30 a.m. 144.205.
Thanks, Chuck. Much appreciated. Yeah, who's up at 8:30 on Saturday morning unless they really, really, really have to go? Anyways, back to you, Bill.
Well, I'm usually up at 8:30 Saturday morning, but then again, I don't have to get up early during the week. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, thanks for that, Chuck. So let's stand by and see if we have any other check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. VE3IUK standing by.
Victor Echo 3, X-ray, Lima, Quebec.
VE3IUK Bill. All right, we have two more stations in there. Standbyville, V3XLQ. My apologies, I don't remember the handle, but good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, guys. It's Peter. Just a quick in and out. Thought I'd say hi. You know, following along when I hear you. So I'll let you move on to the next station. So thanks for taking me. VE3 X-ray, Lima, Quebec.
Yeah, very good, Peter, and safe driving there, and thanks a lot for checking in. And I believe we have VE3EKJ, VE3IUK. Good evening.
Oh, I couldn't fool you. Not bad for somebody of British stock, for both of us, I think, there, Bill. Nothing much new to add. I was out today, up to Jackson Square, bought a little bit, and my oldest stepdaughter has invited me up for Easter dinner tomorrow, so I wanted to go to the farmer's market and pick up some flowers to bring along. And the sunshine came out from noon to supper time today. We did really, really well. Other than that, how's your dogs?
Oh, they're as saucy as ever, but they've both enjoyed their walks today, and everything's on an even keel.
Well, a home is not a home without dogs and cats and such things. I draw the line at reptiles. I just wouldn't feel comfortable with a snake in the house, because that would be getting into politics.
Yeah, I would draw the line there too. Well, of course, each to his own. I'm not a fan of any rodents or reptiles for pets, but each to his own, Bill.
Yeah, but my choice is usually for something with fur on it. That's why I've never had fish. You can't pet a fish.
Yeah, and you can't take it for a walk. You look pretty good, pretty weird walking around the neighborhood with a fishbowl.
Would you catch the reference if I mentioned a friend who had a pet prawn called Clifford?
Oh, yeah, got it.
I don't think that comedy will ever die. Like probably people 50 years from now will still be Googling up some of those Monty Python skits. And, oh dear, I just noticed my cat came in insisting on getting petted. And I'm wondering what brought on this bout of affection. It might be because I'm sitting in her chair. My mom months ago had gifted me a desk chair, and much more comfortable for the ham shack. And I don't get to sit in it as much as I'd like because through the day the cat has confiscated it.
Oh, see, that cat just knows a good thing when she sees it. So, you better be gracious there, Bill. Just one quick comment regarding comedy. I like comedy that makes you think, that's provocative. I don't need in-your-face stuff. I want stuff that you have to sit and think about for a bit.
Yeah, it's called wit. And that's another generational difference. But, things go in waves. But I think we both agree that that's perhaps the greatest difference between, Saturday Night Live in the golden years and Saturday Night Live now. Times have changed. And can't do much about it. My dearly departed younger brother, he used to say that you should not be a rock against the waves. You only get worn down. Be a surfboard. Works much better.
Yeah, Roger, that sure does, and, I was thinking about, these guys going to the moon, and it makes me think of an old show on TV. I always wonder whether Ellis ever made it to the moon.
You might have caught the the one cartoon that keeps popping up every few months on Facebook. There's a couple of astronauts on the surface of the moon, and there's a dead woman lying on the face down in the moon dust. And the other one says, "It's Alice Cramden."
My gosh, I've never seen that one. But why does that not surprise me? Anyway, Bill, I appreciate your check-in. Anything else before I see if there's anyone else that wants to check in?
Nope. I just wanted to make sure I got in there. I had just wrapped up with my mom. It's a few minutes early these days. She's got one of those telephone systems where she's got a couple of different handsets around the house for her phone line. You know, it's basically 25-year-old vintage. I have the same. But her handset batteries are getting weak. They got a little pack of 2 NiCads inside them. And when they get old, you know, they don't work so good. And her phone starts generating beeps and weird noises, and she kind of panics. I think she's afraid they're going to explode or something. So we have to hang up. She gets about 20, 22 minutes before it starts acting up. And I'll be seeing her at the end of the month for a birthday party for some great grandkids. And I'll told her to bring the handset, and I'll have another battery pack for her. So instead of at least a half an hour, it's curtailed a little shorter. But at any rate, you got more check-ins probably before things wind up here, so I'll pass it back. And VE3IUK, VE3, every kind of junk.
Yeah, roger to that. Yeah, that's the ones they used to sell where you had a base station and you had all the satellite phones. Sort of remember that system. Anyway, Bill, thanks so much for checking in. Have a good evening. Let's stand by and see if there are any other check-ins from Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now. All right, nothing heard. I'll just give a last call for any more comments or rechecks before I close the net. VE3IUK, standing by. Okay, nothing heard. Thanks to all you folks that checked in. Very much appreciated. I'd like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of the repeater. And thanks to all you guys for checking in and for your participation. So this is Bill, VE3IUK in Dundas, turning this repeater and relay frequencies back to normal. Number 273, guys, and I will be listening for a while.
And that will also bring the live stream to a close as well. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net, and then at 8 o'clock for the UHF VHF sideband net that occurs.
VE3IUK, VE3EKJ.
7 threes. That's how we
Yeah,
say it.
VE3EKJ, VE3IUK.
You might appreciate